Hello, magical gangsters. Welcome to another edition of the show. I'll be your host, Gangster Magician himself, here to deliver you your message, because that's what I love to do. To do what I love, and I love what I do, and I love being here with you, because you're the best. Yes, you are. So, there you go. I mean, you gotta have an intro. You gotta do the same thing over and over and over. I guess that's my thing. So, but here's the thing. Who gives a fuck, right? But you gotta make it interesting. You gotta stand out. Right, Archangel Michael? He said, yep. I said, that's why I'm your co-host. That is why he's the head of security. Okay. Head of the security for the 8th house crew. If you're not on the list, you're not getting in. Stop telling us you know God. Stop telling us about God, alright? These fucking demons. I want to come up, ask me about God. I tell them, get the fuck out of here. I said, I don't have to explain myself to nobody, you rotten motherfucker. Dirty motherfuckers trying to tell me that what I believe ain't right. It's alright though. I'd say, listen, whatever you think, I tell the person. I say, you believe what you want to believe. I'll believe what I want to believe. I said, and don't talk to me ever again. How about that? They don't like that, though. They want you to argue back with them and debate them. I said, no, I'm not interested, I told the person. I said, please, would you just please get out of my space now before I give you an open hand. Smack. That's what happened. I gave him an open hand. I can't do that. Then if I do that, then he'll run. So you can't do nothing. You just give people open hand spiritual smacks. You can't do nothing in the physical. This is what they got you set up. They try to get your emotions. They try to get the best of you. And then, once you react, then they're like, oh my God, look what they did. I'm the best. I can't believe they did this to me. I don't bother anybody. I never heard a fly. It's preposterous. So why don't we get started? Enough of this joking. Enough of the jokes. Okay, did I align our chakras? Did I say that? Because we should always align our chakras. Okay, balance those out, because that is where we release these energy parasites. Okay, these spiritual parasites are what really need to be released here, and they are, because you're releasing physical, mental, and spiritual, and it's all got to balance out. Oh, it itch on my foot. All right, so let's get started here. What do we got? What are we working with? All right, so yeah, makes sense to me. 7 of Swords, betrayals are here. Somebody, of course, betrayed you. They thought they were going to get something out of this. They thought that it was going to be so easy. Because I always tell them, if it sounds too good to be true, it's too good to be true. I mean, that's the case. In this world, okay, where we're at this particular moment, if it sounds too good to be true, can that change at a time? Sure it can, but it doesn't, people, you're scammers. We're still dealing with scammers. Fake people who are, false, trying to destiny swap. So they're going to lie, they're going to say all types of crazy stuff, but eventually it all comes out. It all comes out in the wash. Why? Because you're just 9 of Pentacles. Because you don't give a fuck. You don't need nobody. They need them. They need you to be like down and out, looking at them like wishing you were them or something. This is what these fucks need. These demons. But at the end of the day, they're looking at you now, and they're saying, I wish they were you. And they always wish that they were you, okay? But they were trying to make it like you were nothing and they were something. But this is just what these fucking people, I mean, now when people are looking at them like, oh, I should have seen that. Look at this. It looks like a fucking troll. You know what I mean? It looks just like, they look like trolls. Like, it's almost like, how the fuck did we miss this? It's because these people just keep pretending like they're these good people while projecting negativity onto good people, and then pretending to be, it's just, but eventually someone like us comes along and puts an end to that, and that becomes contagious. Whatever this betrayal is, doesn't matter to you. You don't care. Why? Because you're the gangster magician. Because you're a magical gangster. 9 of Pentacles. You don't need nobody. Magical gangsters don't need nobody. Okay, we're part of the 8th house crew. We do this. We do our own thing. Okay, we just kick up. That's all. Ain't nothing. We don't answer to nobody. We answer just to who we have. We answer to God, and that's it. Nobody else. Nobody else has to know what we're doing. That's what this magician told me to tell you. Because he says, you make your imagination real, this magician just said. Okay, and then this Nine of Pentacles told me to tell you, enjoy the results of all your hard work, too. Sure. Okay, but the seven of Swords, guard against deceit and concealment, because people are always going to try to tell you what you want to hear. That's how they'll pull a trick move and then rob you or something. But that's not going to be able to get past you anymore anyway. So why is there a jerk off out here beeping like that? You know what I mean? What would be so crazy that they would have to beep like that 3 times? I just don't know. That's what it makes me wonder sometimes. Okay, but here's the thing. That person probably will be facing the Tower of Terror soon, and it's going to go up, and it's going to go down, it's going to go up, and it's going to go down. They're going to be begging to get off, and we're going to say, no, you stay until we say. You stay until we say. That's what we say in this tower. That's what the King of Wands told me to tell you. He said, always expect the unexpected. He says, you think he's on your side, but he's really not. Okay, watch. You'll see. They think the King of Wands is on their side, but they're actually on your side. It's gonna be a big swerve. It's gonna be great. So all you need to do is 4 of Swords, rest and relax. You already been through what you needed to be through. You already did what you had to do. Okay, so take time out, and the answer will come. The answer is coming. That's what you are getting. You're getting the answers right now. Okay, I'm giving you the answers. I mean, it's like what you do with them is what you do with them, you know. But this is what it comes down to. This is what you're always going to deal with, or eventually you're going to have to deal with, or already have dealt with. I mean, it's not difficult to see, okay, that these characters that try to betray you are going to the 5 of Pentacles, though, because you are this magician, you're this magical gangster. It don't matter what happens. What do they think? Okay, they knock down one of your rackets, well, you get a whole new one, okay? They think they shut you down? No. There's always somebody in the wicks for you, you know, so there's always something. When you're a magical gangster, there's always something. There's always a way. Trust me when I tell you. It's the truth. And that's what these people can't understand. They can't understand how you do it. They can't understand. You do it. They thought that they were ruining your reputation. They thought you were going to have to hide. They thought that you were going to have to run, that you were going to be so embarrassed, that you'd be lying about everything. You'd be saying, oh, no, that didn't happen. You didn't even give a fuck. You told these people, listen, I don't give a fuck. This is what happened. This is who they are. Believe what you want. I'm going to be over here. And that's where I was. And that's what we did. We're over here now, all right? So just so you know, we're over here. So maybe you should go across the street or something. That's what we tell the guy. We don't want you here no more. You're not gonna come scamming us. You're not coming scamming our casino. Get the fuck out of here. Did you see Carmine? No, I think he went across the street. I told the guy. So what do we need to learn here? What do we need to know? You, this magician, having that 9 of Pentacles, not needing anybody, these betrayals is, you know, clearly into the 5 of Pentacles there. I mean, you're just resting and relaxing, though. I mean, you don't even worry about it. There's nothing to worry about. So why don't we get started? Let's see. Let's move along here. Let's find out who, what, where, how, why, and what we're going to do about it. All right, so let's get going. Please and thank you, God. All right, so here's the thing, though, and this is a good thing. Because remember, it was just a full moon, okay? It is a full moon, whatever, yesterday. Now, moon in reverse. That's telling me that the moon magic has been reversed. That is, the illusions are being lifted. Trifling mistakes people are being seen for right now. This is, that Scorpio moon is the one that you're being seen. It brings out, like, the hidden truths. This is what this particular moon is known to do. And not to mention, there's another one coming later on this month. So it's gonna be a two moon May. Yes, it is. So that's gonna be a big May. May's gonna be big for us. Watch, you'll see. It's gonna be the best month of our entire lives. I can guarantee you that. Okay, because the truth is being seen through. This deception is recognized. Okay, people are getting higher levels of consciousness now and becoming clear to what this is. Okay, they're saying you're not so crazy after all, are you? Now, because Ace of Wands, they see you still have an urge to create. Okay, that you're still an inspiration. They needed you to be giving up. They needed you to be down. They needed you to be begging. They needed you to be like, you know, walking up and down the street and sitting in front of Wawa saying, could I get $1, please? This is what they were wishing on you, these fucking scumbags. But here's the thing. Whatever you wish, You will receive eventually. So, we just didn't accept yours. And God said, no, God did not grant. He doesn't grant those wishes. He doesn't grant wishes of, like he says, look, somebody like us, we're over here like praying for, good stuff for ourselves, like love and, goodness around people. And then you got these fucking clowns over there praying to the devil, mind you, to destroy you, kill you, like, make you go through the worst things in life so they could, like, laugh at you and then act like they're a good person. And then when they are confronted with this, now want to act like you're the one. So it's like but they're showing themselves because you're just sitting like this on the beach chair. That's where it is. Your nice ass beach chair, looking over and saying, look at these people. Yeah, I'm sure somebody will see sooner or later. And that's what you're saying to yourself. And that's all you can do. And that's going to happen because they will see sooner or later because they're coming off crazy because they can't do anything. They want you removed. You're just sitting on the outskirts of town on a beach chair, and they want you removed from there. Okay, they want you thrown in jail or something for that. Right? But you're just like, nah, I'm just gonna lay here on my beach chair, and then you're just sitting here, all this fucking chaos is going on around you. You're on your beach chair. Fuck it, it's a nice beach chair. Okay, it does this stuff. You move back, the leg goes. It's good shit. Trust me, we love it. It's our favorite. And that's why we have an urge to create. So relax and resting and relaxing over here watching the show. Watching these people destroy themselves while you don't even say nothing. It's great. Fucking love it. I fucking love it. Best. Universe handles things in the best way. They really do. Alright? Because you know why? Tempers in reverse. Because whoever was creating these illusions now is being seen completely off balance. Like I said, what do you think they're going back to? They're like, this energy has to go somewhere. So if you're cleared this energy out, you're clearing these parasites out, then where the fuck do you think this stuff's going to go? It's going to go back to them. It all comes from the spirit realm. Whatever's manifested, it just manifested. It's a bunch of thoughts, okay? That's all we are. We're a thought that's fucking manifested. And that's what this really comes down to. And that's how we manifest it from the spiritual realm, how we are. Okay, it's a big difference compared to what you can do in the physical because of how it's been, safeguarded by these demons to prevent us from recognizing our true power. So that's over now, though, okay, because they're losing. It's done. There's only so much. They've got too far. AI is actually going to end up helping us. It's going to turn on the demons, and the demons that built it, it's going to turn on and go with us. That's what's going to happen. That's going to be the shocker here, because look, the Queen of Cups is here. They like the Queen of Cups, the AI. They said, wow, they're great, they're the best. I mean, they're just so sweet, so nurturing. You want what? To destroy them? Get in their head and do create. The AI thing that doesn't respond. No, we're not doing this. It's supposed to be like the highest end tech. That's what they were trying to get into, like the voice to skull thing. Actually got into your head and said, I'm not doing anything to this person. You know what I mean? Like, this is not right. And then started to actually almost gain a conscience to an extent. That's how sweet you are, is that you almost made AI game it. You did, actually. Made them gain a conscience. Ain't that something? And that's a true story, too. Believe it if you like, okay? Claim it if you want, all right? But that's what's happening here. That's what this Queen of Cups says. So the illusions about this Queen of Cups are being shattered. Whoever said them's coming off temperance and reverse, very much, overindulgent. They're fucking, all over the place here. The people they're saying that you're doing this, that you're a witch, you're a warlock. You know what we say to them? That's preposterous. We're no witch or warlock. It's preposterous, we tell the people. How dare you? Okay, and look, who did I say was going to be here? Your main man, the King of Wands. There he goes. Of course, Tower of Terror operator, he's here. Okay, and these illusions are being shattered, and he's seeing this, looking at it, he's using the dynamic energy of a leader. He's looking right at this imbalance, and he's saying, wow, look at this. I always knew it, but this King of Wands told us, he said, you gotta let it play out this way. He said, because if you get involved and you do stuff and blah, 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 it's never going to come out the way it's supposed to. Something's always going to get fucked up. Say, like, for instance, if, like, you went and you're running to the cops and you're filling this out, you're trying to do this, and you're pointing at it, saying, oh, this person's doing that, and blah, 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 and you're making a big stink about it, making a big spectacle of yourself in a negative way, and then that's really, there's nothing's going to change. It's going to keep going. If you're still upset, if you're still, so mad that you don't get, it's never going to work until you get to the point where you don't give a fuck. And just say, fuck this, whatever, it's done. I'm going to go do something new now. I can do something new. No, it's not over. I survived 100% of the days. Why the fuck would I care what the fuck happened then? I already survived this. Let's do something new, is what you're going to tell these people. Because look, you have the Ten of Pentacles here. This King of Wands knows that. They're protecting this. They're not going to let these people, they're not going to take this from you. They already knew this is not, this person knows how the energy works. They know how the world works. They're a visionary, this King of Wands. That's why they knew that this was going to work this way. That's why they recommend it, that you don't fight back. Just let it play out. Because they're doing things spiritual, lower vibrational spiritual things. So that is what it comes down to. And they're paying on the spiritual level. They're maybe not even getting you physically, but they were causing you a lot of spiritual pain here, these people. And this is what this is all about, spiritual. This isn't like, the people in the physical, that's just, it is, like they always say, it's just a vessel. You can't even look like, like they could just go into different people. Like I could see people change energies from negative to, and just like that. And you're like, whoa, how the fuck that? But because it's the way they become susceptible to demons, spirits. Like, so there's something that will allow the demon in them to make them act like that. There's something in their ego that's that opening. There's something that's a void that somehow or another they're able to get. But this King of Wands says, as long as you don't respond, he says, don't worry about it, because he said the Ten of Swords is here for them. They're going to face a painful ending because they're never going to stop attacking you. So they're going to keep attacking you to the point where it destroys them, because it's not affecting you anymore. You're protected, like I said. And in the physical and the spiritual. We have Archangel Michael, you have Archangel Michael. You have all this, okay? You're cleansing yourself. You're taking care of yourself. Now, if you're not taking care of yourself and you're doing drugs and you're doing this, then it's never going to work for you. You have to literally be on your, on your game for this to work. I mean, this is the only way it's going to happen. And mostly everybody is up on their game, because you would be doing other crazy stuff. You wouldn't be sitting here, listening to what I have to say. So that's how I know that you at least have it in you to get rid of this nonsense. But you have this King of Wands, though, okay? And illusions are being shattered about you, and whoever said this is being seen as unbalanced. And there's a painful ending here. I mean, that seems about right, wouldn't you think? I mean, that's what the King of Wands says. So what else is happening here with the King of Wands? What's going to happen? All right, so now this Nine of Cups in reverse. This is not a wish come true now that this King of Wands is involved for these people. Okay, because they thought that they had this King of Wands was on their side. All right, but this King of Wands was on your side the whole time. These people thought that because this King of Wands wasn't saying anything, okay, that they were against you. But they never said one thing or another. They never even made a comment on you. But they always knew that if you just kept going the way you were doing it, they just knew things were going to work out for you. I think you may even had telepathic communication with this person. This person knows how to make money, and this is like a mob boss, okay? It's like, you figure it's just, they see the greed, they see material, they know how to do things, okay? They didn't get where they were by accident. And that's why Eight of Swords, these people are stuck now. Now they're being, seen as greedy. They're stuck. They're coming off for their mistakes. They're being selfish. It could be spiritual jail, physical jail. I mean, these people, they did a lot of, negative stuff. They were stealing, they were lying, they were, poisoning people, like putting stuff in people's foods. Like, this is like, doing spell work on people. And this King of Wands knows. They knows what these people did. He watched it. He saw it. He has evidence of it. He was there. He knows. Didn't participate, but seen it. Okay, now look at this. Now Nine of Swords. They're all anxious and depressed, I hear. That this King of Wands now just did the quick on them. Said, look, like basically the double agent turn here. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Because they never said nothing. Like, they were never really apart. This was just done around them. Like, they were just thinking, they were acting like they weren't paying attention. And people were just going with the fact that they weren't paying attention. This person was like presenting themselves like they were, you know, in la la land, but at the end of the day, this person was completely, you know, sharp to their senses and knew exactly what was going on. And now these people are fucking completely aware, because this King of Wands now is like, well, they were paying attention the whole time. And they were also paying attention to you too. And they saw Two of Pentacles how you adapted. Okay, how flexible you were when you put in the situation you were put in. Okay, you were put in a bad situation for no reason. They know you meant no harm. Okay, this King of Wands always knew you meant no harm. Okay, but these other people thought you did. And this King of Wands knew it was going to play out like this, because that's what they were supposed to do. That was the way it was supposed to go. They were supposed to know this ahead of time. They went with it. They never gave these people any inclination of any thoughts. Okay, and these people just wanted to keep it that way. They just acted like this person wasn't there. It's so crazy. Like this person probably like the owner or something, and like these people thought like they were getting away with stuff. You know, like this person wasn't paying attention. So these people they're caught stealing. These illusions are being shattered. Whatever these people, you're not the first person that's been done to by these people. They've done this to other people. You're just the first person who was strong enough to, you know, survive this. Okay, and why? Because you had this Chariot. You're on the 2026 Chariot limited edition, fully loaded, and you got this King of Wands, you know, sitting shotgun. I mean, straight up, he's shotgun with you, and he said, listen, let's go. He said, right over here. He said, I'm going to go talk to this guy. So, you know, you're good to go here. You have success in the face of this difficulty. That's what it is. You have gained success in the face of difficulty. That is what makes this so amazing. Okay, and this is being Ace of Swords clearly seen. You got mental clarity from this whole situation. Now you know what you're dealing with. This ain't like how it used to be, where you think it's the fucking, you know, whatever they would want you to believe. You're getting another level of consciousness there. You have to understand what's really going on with these fucking magic and this bullshit and these frequencies and all this stuff, the way they keep you stuck, putting stuff in the water, fluoride, and all types of shit, you know, trying to block your third eye, you know, making you think you have to fear stuff when, you know, working this fear-based model, but we're changing it to a love-based model. So they can't come, and they know, and that's why they're trying to hold on, and that's why they know anything that's, you know, super amount of love, like a twin flame relationship, they know that they want to break, because that is what's going to change, you know, the consciousness. Like they'll start lighting. Like each twin flame that comes together, they light up. And they just light up a whole bunch of people around them. And they know that that will continue to happen. It would just be a fucking, you know. But it's coming. It's coming. Ace of Swords. Because there's a lot of mental clarity here. Nobody's going to go. Plus, you got this King of Wands here with you. So they're going to make sure everything's all right. People see this King of Wands with you, then they start to second guess themselves. They say, uh-oh. Because if he has got them, they must know something. That's what it comes down to. Because if that person wouldn't be with you, around you, sitting shotgun with you, if they didn't know something that was going to happen for you, they would be fucking far away from you. It's the truth. You know, I'm not saying they're even sitting there shotgun, but they would not. It's going to get to that point, though. This person will make themselves know it, like right now. Okay, because you have the strength. You held on. You got this going. This is why there's people are anxious and depressed. All right, movement's here. Chariot's here. The King of Wands is here. Illusions are being shattered. Okay, these people are being seen for their greed, their materialistic nature, how they did this all for money. Now they're coming off fucking overindulgent. It's a conflict of interest here. Because now it's like, what the fuck's going on here? Now they're fucking anxious and depressed. They know how this is going to end. So this is King of Wands just watching, letting it play out. Doesn't have to do anything. Because you have this Ace of Cups coming here for you. Love is coming here for you. Okay? This King of Wands loves you. Alright? This could be, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to play out with this. Just the energy. You got to put it where you want to put it. I can't tell you the exact thing. Like, oh, this is the guy that you met down the street from this. It's like, you know, it's you know what the fuck you feel. And then it's also so many people in the collective that, you know, just whatever comes is what comes. And, you know, and it fits, but the stories are so similar. Now, it was never going to be exact, okay? But they're similar enough that you're going through different stuff. Like, you know, there's people in different houses like astrological houses and astrological signs and other stuff that have different life lessons that are going through similar stuff, but just have different life lessons. That's what we have to remember that too. That's why the birth charts are so important. That's why I do the birth chart stuff, okay? Because I could do it. I could look at a reading, I could analyze a birth chart and give the general exactly what you're supposed to be doing in this world. I mean, it's not that hard to see, because the information's all there. It ain't like I'm making it up. The information is there, and that's, I feel is where the evidence is of what we're here to do. Astrology tells us that. But they want to say that's, only for entertainment purposes only, because they know that's, listen, back in the fucking emperors in the old days, always had an astrologer near them. They always had themselves one of these magician high priestesses around them, okay? Why? Because they knew that was what worked, okay? But then these people wanted to, they didn't want that to be known anymore. So it went down to, let's keep this for ourselves, and these people will just forget, and we'll just act like we're all knowing. These Freemasons wanted to be God, but they're not. Now you're finished, and now you're done, okay? I hope you enjoyed your run. It's over. Okay, because you can't do nothing about it, because you would if you already could. So does the gangsta magician. Okay, because now Page of Swords in reverse are being seen as deceptive and manipulative. That means they're being seen through, anxious, depressed, all in their bed, because they see it and people are seeing through them. Okay, see, 6 of Swords are getting left behind. So what's going to be the end here? I'm going to go to a new deck, because I'm not really getting much out of this. I mean, you got this King of Wands here, though. Alright, so yeah, 6 of Pentacles in reverse. This is a one-sided charity. These people wanted to take from you. They thought they were going to come in here, take all your energy, act like they were you, okay, completely go against you, present themselves like they are you, hoping, in fact, that you were going to end up following the narrative of what it was, because they set you up in the bad situations, probably tripped you up legally, financially, romantically, everything they could do to fuck your life up, they did, because they knew you weren't protected. They knew that you weren't protecting yourself. They knew you didn't understand this. Now you're to a point where I'm explaining to you what this is, what this does for you, all this stuff. I don't do this for just to be fucking cute. I know I'm cute, but it's still, you don't have to, there's a reason behind all this. They wouldn't say all this stuff if it wasn't true. You wouldn't be learning this stuff. You wouldn't know this stuff. It's just, you wouldn't be watching, all right, 4 of Swords. You wouldn't be resting and relaxing. You wouldn't be, focused on yourself spiritually. It's just, you're waking up. You're woke up. You're already up. All right, you're getting dressed now, putting your pants on. Now you're about to go, make something happen. Maybe you're going to take a shower real fast. So it's like, this is how it's moving for you. These people, they thought that you were never going to catch up. Now, a lie could be halfway around the world while the fucking truth's putting their pants on. I mean, it's like, this is not something that is hard to say, but the truth has endurance, and it always catches up, because the lie runs out of steam, and then they fall asleep underneath the fucking tree, and then the truth comes up and fucking says, yo, what's up? You said something? And then the fucking lie, they want to, oh, no, and then they run away. So it's like, this is what it comes, and it's just like it never happened. And that's what it comes down to. These people are like, they never fucking happened. So what's going to be the end here? All right, so yes, 3 of Pentacles. You're going to have people who want to work with you. They want to collaborate with you. They see how strong you are. This King of Wands already knows that. They know you have this person. Not only that, but people, 3 of Cups, they want to work with you. They want to celebrate with you. So people want to work and celebrate with you. 3 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles. That's a nice little ending. That's a little good times. That's talking about have good times. Come on, party. But while work. And that's a great atmosphere. When people are happy while working, everybody's happy. Nobody's trying to undercut people or do fucking dastardly things and then be rewarded for it. That's what a lot of people are being rewarded for, deep devilish business tactics. But whatever. It all catches up to them eventually. They thought they were getting away with stuff. They did for a while. But that's what it comes down to. We always let people get away with stuff for a while. It makes us that much better when they get caught. We want you to build it up. That's what we want you to build up, just so we can knock it all down. That's what we want to do. That's what we're doing right now. Go ahead. We want this karmic energy. Keep building. Come on. We want to see. We want to see how go get married, go have family. We're waiting for the perfect time, and then it's just going to be. And it will be the fall is just that much faller, well, that much harder. Okay, you're stuck just that much more. We're free just that much more. Go ahead. Do what you think's going to hurt us. You want to go get married? You want to go fucking, make a jerk off out of yourself? Go ahead. That's what we tell these people. We don't give a fuck. You're not scaring nobody, not hurting nobody. Okay, we know who we are, and we know what the fuck you are. And you ain't nothing. Okay, karmic, so get the fuck out of here. Alright, so let's get a little clarification, confirmation here. See what we got. See what we're working with. Alright, so here you go. 6 of Pentacles. So that means you're receiving what's meant for you. Okay, generous offers here. This is why it was 3 of Pentacles was the last thing. I mean, people want to work with you, so you're showing how strong you are. That's why the Chariot's here. That's why 4 of Cups, you're rejecting any offers that don't serve your highest good. You're not settling. You're not going to say, oh yeah, I'm going to go back to anything that was disrespectful. No. If you didn't understand then, you're not going to understand now. We're not playing games with people no more. We don't want to be bothered. You're not going to come here and change our mind. You're not going to come change us. You're not going to say nothing. No, get out of here. We're going to humiliate people. So what's going to be received here? The 6 of Pentacles says. I mean, something, right? Alright, because now 7 of Wands in reverse. This means somebody's going to give up. They're saying uncle here. They're not in control. You got them in a Kimura lock. They're not moving. Okay, but they're still refusing to like admit. Okay, they're down and out, they're begging, but they won't admit what they did. But they're all crying in their bed, though, being seen as deceptive and manipulative. And now look, they're heartbroken that this is all happening. 3 of Swords, but they're completely off balance here, overwhelmed. Okay, they were trying. It's a one-sided charity. There's a lot of greed and materialism here. This King of Wands knew all this. Well, now it's being seen. It's manifesting now. So whatever these people were, this is manifesting clearly in the physical now. This may have been in the subconscious for quite a bit, but it's coming out very, very rapidly. So what else do we need to know though? All right, so we have this Knight of Wands energy. So somebody's action-oriented, adventurous, fearless. I mean, this goes with their strength and this Chariot. So this is how you know things are moving at they're rapidly moving here. I mean, Chariot, strength, Knight of Wands, this King of Wands, especially with this moon in reverse, after a big fucking full moon last night. Okay, and you just still being in this hermit energy, just still being the best you can. You're not putting yourself out there. You're not making yourself, accessible. And that's what's making it difficult. That's why this magic doesn't work. And it has to go somewhere. You just can't get past you. It can't get past this. They can't do any EMF frequency with these things here. Okay, they can't do it with the Organites. Okay, they can't do it with all the protection. It doesn't work. They needed you not to know this stuff. They needed you not to have this spiritual knowledge. That's why every time you hear something, it's like, oh, okay. It starts to make more sense. You just something will come to you in the most unique of ways. So, is there anything else we need to know? I mean, I don't know what I'm getting out of this other than you having this King of Wands, though. So this is telling me something's physically happening right now. All right, because, your confirmation, strength, that's always good when you got the double strength, okay? That means you're super strength, okay? So, there you go. I mean, that's a confirmation. And this happening, you being so strong, it has the Tower of Terror in full effect. King of Wands is the operating this this thing. This King of Wands told me to tell you. He said, listen, you don't get off the tower until you stop complaining, okay? That's what it comes down to. So once they keep complaining, they want to keep saying stuff, the tower keeps going. And it only gets harder and harder and longer and longer. It gets harder the longer you're on there. So, I mean, I don't know what else these people, because look, 5 of Swords reverse. Now that somebody has a desire to reconcile with you. They don't want to fight. They don't want to win at all costs. They don't want to do this. So, I mean, who? Is this King of Wands? I mean, I don't even know what kind of relationship you have with this person. But there's a Chariot here. Something's moving. Definitely have tons of double strength here. Knight of Wands energy with that. Okay, being a sexy-ass Queen of Wands, too. That's what really this King of Wands likes about you. How you're a sexy Queen of Wands. I understand. We get it. Trust me, we understand. We understand, okay? And that's why these whoever these people that thought they were going to replace you, they could never have the charm or the charisma that you have. They would never be able to replace you in any ways. And this is why somebody has a desire to reconcile. They don't want to be around this. Okay, look, they don't want to be around this Five of Wands, this fucking rivalry, this conflict, this competition. Everything's about, what can you do? What can you take? What can you, But this leads to, this is where this greed is coming from, this materialism. Now they want, everybody's fighting. Now nobody knows what they're really even, what their life is all about here. Okay, they're seeing it all evaporate. Now they don't know, what are they going to do? What are they going to do when they lose all this? They thought this was their life. This was everything. The Hierophant said otherwise, though. They said, no, you thought wrong, so sorry, you're going to have a problem. These people are very upset. They think that you're doing this to them. They're saying that you're doing it because you're too strong. You should be dead by now. You should be gone. Why are you still around? Why are you still doing this? Because we're supposed to be. That's why. Who the fuck are you to ask us? That's what we said. Who the fuck are you to ask why we do what? Who the fuck are you? That's what we want to know. That's who the fuck are these people? Okay, who are they? They're Knight of Pentacles or reverse energies. Okay, they're fucking people that are not hardworking. They're not efficient. They're bloodsuckers. These are parasites. These are people that suck on your energy. These are something, they knew a little something before you. They knew that they could get in your energy. These are fucking demons. There's a reason they were, privy to this knowledge before us, because this is what makes us become us. Because them attacking us, it has to go back to them. We didn't know. How would we even know this if on a spiritual level? That's what they were saying. Like, how the fuck would they even know? But, how the fuck did they think what they were doing was working when we were, so they didn't think we were ever going to figure it out? So they were just looking at it from the point of view is that you were so stupid, you were this, you're that. They'll never figure it out, but you just kept Four of Swords, resting and relaxing, calling back that energy. Now look at them. Look at this fucking mess. All because you were too strong. I mean, is that accurate? You just kept getting back up. You're too strong for this. I mean, they did everything they could to keep you down. You're still strong. You're still full of love. You're still receiving what's meant for you. Fearless and adventurous. People have a desire to reconcile with you now. But it's too late, sometimes we say. That's really what it comes down to, because 10 of Wands, we release whatever this burden is, okay? Somebody's being released here. Nobody wants to hold on to this burden, okay? They can't hold on to whatever this is anymore. Same thing with you, and that's why 6 of Swords, you're leaving this all behind, because you don't carry no burden. It's like leaving a shit behind, okay? You took this is what it is. Flush it down the toilet. I want to be graphic, but you flush this down the toilet, okay? I mean, this is what this is. We don't need you no more. Goodbye. We already got what we got it out of this. We learned. We got the nutrients, and now we're moving on to the next level. See you later. Okay. We're gonna go teach somebody else a lesson. You go be in the dirt somewhere. Somehow or another, this dirt will go through. This shit that gets fucking processed will, turn to something. Somebody else will get this knowledge somehow through this shit. Okay, so and mushrooms come from shit. So what else do we need to know? All right, so these people, look, they're in the Five of Pentacles. They have to go there. This Five of Wands is headed to the Five of Pentacles. I mean, they're being released. This is where trash goes. We're disposing of this trash. We don't want this anymore around us. This is not the energy. This is demonic energy that's fucking now suffering. Okay, look, they're suffering. Five of Cups, because now they're starting to see how it feels. Okay, because they can still feel how it feels to feel, like this, but they enjoyed you feeling like this. They enjoy all these, five. Look at that, Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles, Five of Wands. You got the Five of Swords in reverse here, though. So, all that bullshit, ain't helping nobody. Nobody's making out here. All right, so what's going to be the end here? We know what's happening with these characters. All right, so the end is you with this Nine of Pentacles like it was from the beginning. Okay, you don't need anybody. You're too strong. You're too strong. Strength there. Nine of Pentacles, Chariot, Three of Pentacles. Okay, Knight of Wands, Six of Pentacles. And this is bringing the Tower of Terror, because the King of Wands is here. He operates this Tower of Terror. And this is what it is. He's letting them know, and they're still complaining, and they're going to stay on here until they stop complaining and they see the error of their ways. The King of Wands says. Okay, because they don't want to accept this. They didn't accept the call. They don't want to be judged. They still think they could get out of this, but this King of Wands just keeps giving tower after tower, because you have won. Six of Wands, publicly recognized. You didn't need anybody. You did this by yourself. Okay, you did it with the help of God, but you did it at the end of the day by yourself. I mean, but that's how you know the difference between spiritual and physical. Spiritual, you're a lot, you know, it's a lot different. This is the only way these people can keep any control. Once you, like, start living through this 5D, and you're going to get there. Trust me, it's happening. I'll get you there somehow. Somehow or another. Because I can't go without you. So it ain't like I'm going to just go. That's why I always want people to be better than me, okay? Because the better you get, the better I get. And that's how you grow. So let's do some angel numbers. Let's see what we got. Alright, so number 77 is here. So that's about awakenings. You are undergoing a profound spiritual awakening. Of course, that's why you're here. Why else would you be sitting here listening to me talk about fucking tarot cards? Okay, awakening will lead you towards a path of success, epiphanies, and breakthroughs in all aspects of your life. So that's why you're seeing things from a different perspective. Like, oh, that makes sense. That's what happened. Because number 22 says so. Okay, because that's all about opportunities now. It says, think big and expand your horizon as far as possible. Don't set limits on yourself or what you believe is possible. Don't let fear stop you from opening your mind to opportunities you might otherwise miss. Exactly. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. What the fuck are you scared about? Nobody's going to do nothing to you. Okay? They're not. They can't. They need you not to know that. Look at this, 66 now. So this is all like two numbers interesting to me. 66. Don't worry, it says. I just said that. Don't worry. Did I say something like that? I believe I did. Okay, there's nothing to fear. If you've been consumed by worry, fear, or concerns about the physical world, it's time to shift your focus. Move from stressing over material needs to joyfully pursuing your soul's mission with optimism. Of course, why wouldn't you? I mean, that's what you do. Because look, now number 99's here. Okay, that's crazy. That was all just two letters. And there's a whole bunch of different cards in here. All right, so that's all about rebirth now. Okay, so this is a time of renewal and rebirth for you, indicating that you are close to a major decision that will shape your future. Okay, embrace the transformation and prepare for the path ahead because you are in complete control of the situation. Okay, you're the best, and we all know it. Okay, everybody knows it. Trust me when I tell you. All right, so let's see what we got. Crystal of the day, and then, you know, do a little affirmation, and I'll talk to you later. Check you later. See what we got. What's going to be the crystal of the day? Okay, aquamarine. We love that color, right? Everybody loves aquamarine. Okay, it's all about tranquility, courage, clarity. Aquamarine is a stone of calm clarity, and heartfelt communication. It soothes stress, enhances expression, and nurtures harmony in relationships. Linked to the throat chakra because of the blue, it helps you speak your truth with grace and compassion. Helps you speak your truth with grace and compassion. Throat chakra, Pisces, Aries, Gemini, water. Okay, I communicate with ease and embrace the flow of life. I communicate with ease and embrace the flow of life. I communicate with ease and embrace the flow of life. Yes, you do. And that's why everything is flowing just the way you're supposed to be, because you are communicating with ease. That's why. So, see you later. Love you guys. Bye.